Someone said to me the other night, Mary, you know, we need to hear more about some of this stuff. The reason I want to tell everything is because sometimes I'm fearful we're going to start running people out if they hear what's really happened here.
(2377) Washington Avenue, Bronx, New York. 10458, the lowest responsible bidder, meeting bid specifications in the amount of $379,000.
Mayor, if I might ask that this be tabled, I haven't yet gotten a copy of the contract or any of the specifications on this, and I wanted to review it before I went out.
Is that something that's available?
Good evening, Mayor and the Board. I would request that we look at the date that we have to have this boiler installed by. If we do not have it in by September 1st, we will lose the $207,750 grant that we received.
Not being distracted, Mayor. I'm focused.
I understand that.
So we have a time
I'm asking
frame.
for the specifications and the contract documents for 3 weeks already, and I was told
Do we have a copy available?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
At any point in time, you can come down to DPW. We can sit down and give you everything that you're requesting.
We can do this under the stipulation that if you find some merit to hold it back, we can hold it back, but we need to vote to move on it tonight. So you have to get that to trustee tomorrow,
You'll have it first thing tomorrow.
and you have until Friday to pull the plug.
I have no objection to it, but I don't see why we could just come to a special meeting on it also. I don't think the trustees would.
Well, first off, if Trustee Kennedy found a problem with it and had an objection to it, once the board passes a resolution, how would we undo that? I mean,
No, that's what I'm saying. If he finds something on Friday, he calls us and says, hey, I got something, and there's an emergency meeting call, and we pull the plug.
Why does this have to be done tonight? We can't do that.
No, I'm just making the board aware of the
We
time.
can't do that.
I'm just making the board aware of the time frame of the grant that we have in place.
Well, Trustee Kennedy requested this information 3 weeks ago, I believe, correct?
I was not aware of you requesting any
Neither
information
was
from my
I.
office.
The request didn't come through my office.
If the request would have came to me, you would have got it immediately.
Okay, we'll get a copy to Mr. Kennedy tomorrow,
First thing.
and we can table this until, when's the next meeting, on the
14.
14.
14th?
Yes, sir. I'll get that right to you first thing tomorrow.
We still got time. We still got time, and we need to move on it, because we don't want to play with free money.
I agree.
Okay?
Can I ask one more question on that question? The $171,250 that the village is going to pay, is that money already, do we already have that money? Is that in a bond account? Because it indicates here in the memo that the remaining $171,250 will come from a capital account to be established at a later date.
Not being distracted, Mayor. I'm focused.
Submitted that into the capital plan that we submitted for us to review with the trustees as well as the mayor and Mr. Colton to come up with where the funding source would come from. As far as the
That
capital.
money has not been raised yet?
Yes, sir, that hasn't been raised, but we haven't been directed of where the money's going to come from, but we know that we submitted it to come out of a capital.
So is it our intention to approve this without having the money raised through a capital account? Is that our intention?
No, sir, that's not our intention. Our intention is to make sure that the board is aware of it, for them to direct us on where the funds are going to come from to take care of this project. Everything has been submitted. We're just waiting for a directive of where the funds are going to actually come from.
You know, it sounds, the more we discuss this, I think we definitely need to put this on hold, but it sounds to me like you're asking us to agree on something that the funding may not be there at all.
Well, was this in the budget? Was this in the village budget?
You're talking about something that happens in September.
Right.
The new budget comes into effect in April.
And the sunlight hurts my eyes. And something
The new budget comes into effect March 1.
Tomorrow.
Well, April, we'll have the money.
I asked the question if this money was in our budget. Was this money in our budget, or are we raising this, it states here we're gonna create a capital account, that means the money is not in the budget.
The money was part of the capital plan that was submitted to the mayor and board. It would have to be short-term borrowing.
Correct.
Up until the grant comes in. It is not in the budget itself, it is in the capital plan that was submitted to the boards to review.
So in other words, we will, the capital plan, we will fund this entire project, get reimbursed for the 207,000, and then we gotta decide what we have to do with the other 171,000.
Yes, sir.
That's the conversation we had a couple of months ago when this first came up. And we said it was only gonna be short-term borrowing, which would be a part of a ban or something else we would do, knowing that we could pay it back once we got the grant. But this project hasn't moved forward because it's free money.
I'm not objecting to that, sir.
Okay.
I'm just
All
asking the
right.
question, is the way the $171,000 is coming from, that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Point well taken. Okay?
I will second Trustee Kennedy's motion to table the item
To March 14th.
to March 14th.
You have that, Madam Clerk?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can we poll, please?
Deputy Mayor Pinheiro,
In favor.
Trustee White,
In favor?
Trustee Martinez.
In favor.
Trustee Kennedy,
In favor.
Mayor Hardwick.
And favor.